Hey guys, killstriker here. Today I'm going to be talking about my first time ever greening out. So in case you don't know what greening out is, it's basically when you smoke like too much weed, I guess, and your body doesn't handle it and you either like kind of like start passing out, you puke or something like that. So that's just kind of what greening out is. But the story begins when I went to my one friend's house on Friday, and this was a couple months back, so fairly recent. So I went over to my friend's house, and I just pretty much went over there so we could smoke, because that's what I like to do. And while we were over there, we had our first blunt. We went up to his room, and his parents are cool with him smoking, so it's pretty lit. We don't have to worry about hiding it, not making sure no one smells. My dad isn't cool with it, so I kind of just have to make sure I don't smell once I go back to my house. But off topic. But after we smoked our first blunt, we decided to go just walk around, do our own thing for a while, blah blah blah, usual stuff, just random things. And I decided to sleep over tonight. So I'm like, I bet. Called my dad. He said, yeah, cool, whatever, stuff like that. Talked to his mom, and we were good. So I slept over tonight after smoking another blunt before going to sleep. And we woke up in the morning, smoked another blunt, and it was pretty normal. We just kind of chilled in his room the whole morning. We got food, and we went downstairs to get breakfast, and we were high as shit. And his mom was like, you guys want any food? And then we just started fucking dying laughing. Don't know why. It was just something that decides to happen. And this went for a solid 5 minutes, and his mom just kind of looked at us like, ugh, and just said, alright, well, tell me when you guys want something to eat. And we're like, okay. And while we were still dying laughing, we went back up the stairs to his smoke room, as he calls it, even though it's just his bedroom. But later that day, his one other friend called him up and said, yo, you want to chill? And he's like, yeah, bet. I got my one friend with me, so is it cool if he comes? He's like, yeah, sure. And right before we went over to his house, we decided to go fishing while high as shit. And we did that for like, I'd say a half hour or so. And then we got picked back up by his mom and went over to his friend's house. Or we didn't go to his friend's house, but we went to the complex that he lives in. We got dropped off over there, and we walked around. We went down to a park that they have, and this dude was going over, or my friend's friend went over. He got some stuff from some guy, and he came back. He showed us the stuff, and I was buying some stuff too, so I gave him some money. He gave me the stuff that I wanted, and it was good. So we decided to walk over kind of around this field. It's like a soccer field, and go into this little trail. And no one really goes back to this trail because there's not really that much back there except just a small trail leading to a bench. And this is where they usually smoke. Oh, sorry. So we get there, we just sit down, roll a blunt, and we start smoking. And this was only like a 2-gram blunt, 3-gram blunt, so it wasn't too much. But once it got around to me, I probably smoked a solid gram of that because everyone else just wanted to take some light hits. They weren't trying to get too high because there was also a party later that night that I also went to. But so I was ready to get high as shit. I just wanted to be stoned. And that's what I did. I took solid 6 or 7 puffs of that, pretty much downed half of that thing that I passed it on, and just pretty normal from there. And then once we got done with that blunt, we were just sitting there talking, laughing our asses off, the usual thing. And after a little bit, I started to feel a little weird. Like, I was kind of getting wobbly, and this hasn't happened to me before, so I was like, alright, whatever. I did smoke a lot, so I should just probably sit down. But I didn't sit down, and I kept standing there. So after a little bit, I started just to feel really weird, a little awkward, and my vision started fading in and out. I'm like, okay, this is weird, but I'm going to continue standing here because I'll probably be fine. And then my vision cut out, and I lost all control of my fucking body, and I collapsed to the fucking ground. And someone caught me before I landed in a huge mud puddle right next to me, so at least that didn't happen. And they were grabbing me saying, just dude, get up, what the hell? And I stood back up, and I fell the fuck down again. But they were supporting me, and then they sat me down, and I was sitting here like, oh shit, just the fuck? And they're like, dude, you're greening out, and I didn't know what the fuck that was at the time. I'm like, what the fuck is that? It's like, you smoked too much. And I'm like, bro, that was only a gram. And he was like, you smoked it pretty fucking quick. And I'm like, okay, makes sense. So after a little bit, I was finally able to see again, and I was able to stand up without immediately fucking falling to the ground. But I still felt weird. I still felt like if I walked for too long, I was gonna fall to the ground and fucking die. But I didn't. Again, somehow. Excuse me. But yeah, from there, I mean, I pretty much got up and I walked over to this kind of little creek that was going through that area, and I just sat down over there. Someone else came over and was like, "Dude, you good?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And they're like, "We're rolling our blunts, so just chill over here." I'm like, "Hell nah." And I went back over there. I sat down. They're like, "Yeah, you're not getting a hit." I'm like, "Yeah, you're giving me a hit." And they're like, "Okay, you only get one hit." And I took advantage of that one hit, and I took a pretty big hit. Sorry for my dog in the background. He's barking at the cats or something. And that didn't make me pass out again. It just made me feel even higher than I already was. So I felt pretty chill. Oh my god, if my dog doesn't shut up. So once I took a hit of the blunt, I was kind of just chilling there, just doing my own thing, and yada yada yada. So right after we left, we started walking down back into this complex. We went back around that field, and we head into this area, just a full townhouses and a couple of apartments. So we then proceeded to walk up to this, what was it, 7-Eleven or something? It was something like that, I don't remember. But we got slushies, I got a bagel too. And no one else greened out. I was kind of the only retard that smoked a little bit too quick and fucked himself over. So from there, we kind of just said, okay, let's just eat, head back to the house, and chill. He was like, yo, or my friend's friend was like, yo, no, we can't go back to the house if we smell like weed. I'm like, all right, well, go back to my friend's house. And I went back with my friend, and then the other two people that I was hanging out with that were my friend's friends stayed over there in the complex. So we went back there, we chilled out, I stopped being high as shit, and then about 2 hours later we went to this party. And they showed up again, and stuff like that, normal party things. There was shit ton of smoking, shit ton of drinking, stuff like that. So we were chilling, doing our own thing, and then later in the night we came back, probably around 12-ish, 12:30 to 1, and it was pretty normal. Went to sleep, woke up the next morning, my friend sprayed me down with a shit ton of cologne. I got picked up by my dad, and went home, and yeah, that was pretty much it. So if you guys enjoyed this story, please leave a like, comment, or subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.